On a sunny September 23rd in Crescent City, California, there was a gathering of mental health and wellness resources at the Cultural Center. Students busing into the place had all sorts of booths and tables available to them to peruse and ask questions of. Redwood Voice Youth Media had a table at this event, where we had a chat with Taryn Musbach, the face of this event and one of the 4 organizers of the Youth Wellness Summit. One question was, why does the Youth Wellness Summit exist?
I think at the core of it, what this is about is a community that cares a lot about their youth. And we saw the need to create an avenue to make those connections. And that really, I think, is why we're here, because our community cares about our kids, and our kids need the opportunity to see that. That our youth know how to access the resources that they might need around Del Norte County to be well. We have a ton of organizations that will have a lot of free services for youth, or that can fund youth to do different events, but sometimes they have a hard time connecting with youth because they're not necessarily in schools. So by making this partnership, we're helping bridge a gap between services and resources available to youth and their understanding of how to access that throughout Del Norte County and tribal lands.
As we saw at the Cultural Center, there was an outpour of people and organizations to help out our youth. For example, True North had a booth, as well as Gordon Clay. How did this event all come together?
So United Indian Health Services brought in Sources of Strength even before I was here in Del Norte County. Wendy Wrinkle is the person that did that. And then it was magical Kelly Troina, she's a teacher at Sunset High School, went to the training, brought the program into Sunset, saw what it did for their culture, climate, and students. And that was the catalyst. That's why we're here, and everything expanded from there. So much so that now we're working on the elementary curriculum for 3rd through 5th grade.
One of the founding organizations for this event is Sources of Strength, but what is Sources of Strength?
So Sources of Strength really, overall it's like, it honors the fact that we're going to have ups and downs throughout our lives. And so Sources of Strength has a will, and actually if you look around the event, you're going to see all these posters that say things like mentors or mental health or family support. So Sources of Strength uses 8 protective factors to really encourage youth to think about, hey, when during those hard times, what strengths and supports do we turn to get us through them? And so really what the program is about is building resiliency. It's honoring that sometimes life is tricky and life is hard. And it's saying, when that happens, what are we going to turn to get us through? That's very much about these resources at these events, right? When life gets tricky, who in our community can I turn to for support?
For more mental health resources for youth and for our community, you can either go to the Del Norte Wellness Center website at delnortewellnesscenter.com or contact Taryn at tmusbach@dnusd.org. This is Sebastian for Redwood Voice.